internet. We walk you up to the beautiful campus of Louisiana State University and over to Tiger Park for a top 15 matchup, the rubber match of the series between 11th ranked South Carolina and number 3 LSU. When you think about the depth of this Southeastern Conference, man, it is stacked from top to bottom. Every from South Carolina, and it echoes the point you just mentioned about the way that the Gamecocks batters have been able to make the LSU pitchers work. We saw that with Berzon earlier, and now Huebner in that 13 leading the way for this Gamecock crew. Going up, chasing, and Huebner gets the strikeout.
You could just tell.
Rhodey, who tells Lelio, go ahead and advance over to second base on the wild pitch. So now she moves into scoring position. That one did not get the inside part of the plate, so it's ball 4. So a couple of walks here. RBI single back in the 7th earlier. I'm going to ask this question of you too after the pitch. Madison, as that one hits Chansey in the head. That's the second South Carolina player that we've seen hit in the head by a pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning as Winters is retired. So big K there for Huebner now. To the 0-2 count to Natalie Heath. Does she commit? They say she went around. So few walks but a few strikeouts here, and that's how we end the first inning. A one. It's the start here in game 3. Danica Coffey grounds it over to first base, and the leadoff is retired for the Tigers.
And a good start for Jory Hurd in the circle, getting ahead 0-2 to Danica Coffey, gets her to ground out over to first base.
Loud pop in the infield. Underneath it is Chansey, and 2 down.
A couple of quick outs too for Jory Hurd in the circle. Out, but I'm going to have to take some notes from her.
Macy Bargeron right back to the pitcher, and great defense from Jory Hurd to stop it with the backhand. The 1-3 put out, and 3 up, 3 down in the first. And South Carolina still. And she strikes out Brooke Blankenship. So 4th strikeout now for Huebner. So following pace of what you said at the start of the season.
She struck me out a time or two.
but you got a couple of hits off of her, I think.
She won most of the battles.
And after starting ahead in the count, Huebner.
Wild pitch gets away from Macy Bargeron and allows Vincent to move over into scoring position. A couple of these pitches you can tell are just missing on the complete.
And pulls this one through the right side, and another run comes in. So first 2 innings, South Carolina. And Carly Shelton sends this one into left field, and she's retired, 2 away.
A good adjustment by Shelton in that at-bat too. Her last at-bat she struck.
First pitch swinging, a diving Hodge, can't get to it. And a 2-out base hit for Ariana Rhodey.
Big.
It's had a hit in each of the first 2 games. But this time it's Huebner who catches Chansey looking.
Her outs and even some of the base hits that she's had, it's just loud hits. And she had a base hit at the end of last game that was a single out to right field, and it was hit so incredibly hard. And that's why you see pitchers pitch to her come through for her team when they've got runners on the bases.
And this one put in the left field. Nice drive to right from Mackenzie Rudity. So a little overthrow, and she advances to second base. So now both runners in scoring position after that single from. A high chopper played by Blankenship, conceding the run and cutting the lead in half off that RBI ground out for Savannah Bedell. Much as Jory Hurd, the pitcher, or is. She's trying to protect the plate, but right there, Hurd catches her.
I really like the call there to work back in.
First strikeout of the afternoon, and Jaden Leno, first pitch swinging. That ends the inning, but not before LSU able to slice the lead. And trouble down the road for teams when they put it all together, as first out of the inning, and Lexi Winters is retired.
I think like Texas, that hunger too, being so close and losing to Oklahoma and that championship series, you know that is a team with so many returners from last year's team still here competing in this 2025 season. You know they're hungry to get back to that Women's College World Series. Before they went out to Norman and ended up losing that series to Oklahoma, but between Oklahoma and South Carolina, those were the last two undefeated teams standing.
Handled by Daniel over at second base, a 9-pitch inning for little trot. That's and what a wonderful play. Brooke Blankenship going all the way into center field and snacks that one out of the air and robbed the base hit of Avery Hodge. To this game, and she draws the walk. Coffee is one of those players who just and that one lines sharply into center field. And a good piece of hitting there from Jayla Lassiter, who makes great contact. Right back into the glove of Hurd, and the double play is turned. That is patent. Game
for that to really mess with the hitter's timing.
Going up and chasing, and Blankenship sits down. Another strikeout for Jaden Heavner. And a walk to Vincent. So flips it back to the top. And Quincy Lilio coming in.
Lilio's had some really good.
Somebody that provides a championship level of experience for you, having been at Oklahoma. Hard grounder charging Sierra Daniel, and they're going to call her out at first base. We're going to see if there might be a challenge. It looks really close as to what saw it in that replay. And here's Carly Shelton. And taking off is Vincent, and Vincent is in safely at third.
This is a really good
A softball family. Lifts this one into left. And that does it for the inning. When we return, we'll hear from the LSU.
She is trying to do damage with every single swing that she takes.
And there, Joy Hurd gets her swing in, the strikeout for Edwards.
Of different ways too. You've seen Joy Hurd obviously getting the start today. You saw her coming in relief in game 1 in this series.
And back-to-back strikeouts for Hurd. As Rudy. This one popped up, towering fly ball. Chancey is there. That ends the inning. So right now, Jory Hurd is moving at these elite coaches are thinking about during these games. And there's a leadoff base hit for Ariana Rohde. She pulls it down the left field line and a stand-up double. And
out of the Panhandle in Pace, Florida, was the Florida Gatorade Player of the Year last season, along with the National Player of the Year for Max Preps, and gets another strikeout, 8th of the afternoon. So the 100th pitch coming right there as it's driven to the right side and coming around to try to score. The play at the plate, not in time. And Alexi Winters tacking on a little bit more insurance. The RBI single here at the top of the 5th.
Well, Lexi Winters thought she had first base with the hit by pitch, has to come back into the batter's box, but you know what? I guarantee she likes this one even better. Drives this base hit out to right field, and it's going to score. Chloe Lackey all the way from second base, motoring around third. Rudity trying to get this throw into the plate, just not in time.
South Carolina team. And this one pulled into right, the double play as Mackenzie Rudity throws to Edwards, and that ends the inning. So
into home plate just to see what extra things these pitchers are able to do to create some of that deception.
on the right side, and good play from Carly Shelton at second base, and she retires. Story to follow all year long as Jaden Leno tries to lay down the bunt. Hurd can't hold on to it, and the bunt single for Jaden Leno, her first of the weekend. Start the day here before that extra innings win from South Carolina handed them their first loss, but this is a group that doesn't lose in many back-to-back games. As
in the circle.
And Coffey first pitch swinging and into left field, and that does it. So runner left aboard, but nothing going for the Tigers as they're trailing by 2.
Beth Torina, and just to hear the stories of the names on the signs as you look to your left and to your right as you're walking around. She could give us the background on every single name.
As Heath lifts that one into left field.
This year, but was still so much fun to be a part of.
Maya Flint, the pinch hitter who comes in for South Carolina, left field home run. She's pumped up, and so are the Gamecocks. The true freshman, her first career jack.
How about this swing by Maya Flint? She knew it straight off of the bat, immediately points her hand straight up into the air because she could feel it, that curveball up and inside, and she got her hands out in front of her, barreled that one up, and Sindel hit her first career home run in the first game today.
Team in the country. That's a huge lift for the Gamecocks, as Quincy Lilio sends this one into the outfield, and that does it.
Sydney Berzon both going the distance in extra innings, and now you're seeing Jaden Heavner and Jory Hurd do the same thing in game 2.
Jayla Lassiter gets that one past Brooke Blankenship, who couldn't backhand it, and the lead. Here's the battle. And that one kind of died in the air over to second base, right at Carly Shelton, and one down.
But that's now a couple of line drives that Macy Bajran has hit off of the bat that have gone right to Carly Shelton, who has been shifted up.
And gets the strikeout again. So it's her that wins that battle for
of something that she wants her to focus on to execute on this pitch.
And first pitch swinging for Rudity out into center field, and a runner left on base, but LSU still trailing by 3. As South, it has certainly been that for this South Carolina program, as Shelton hits it over to Sierra Daniel, and one down.
And you're seeing different people come through for center today when her bat was for the most part pretty silent, and then now in game 2, she's had some good swings so far today. Just misses that one as she fouls out down the right field line. but to be able to have so many different batters that you can go to be able to come through with those clutch base hits, I think softball games.
As Heavner gets the strikeout, that ends the inning. So Heavner makes quick work of the Gamecocks, but now LSU's got some work to do. They're down to their final 3. Gress can bring home the win for the Gamecocks. First pitch swinging over to the right side, and 1 pitch, 1 out, as Savannah Bedell is retired. And McKee lines out to left field, and 2 down. Rally beyond for the Tigers. Jaden Leno says, yes, indeed, we're going to keep this thing going. The 2-out single from Leno.
Really smooth swing and a nice job by Leno, not trying to pull that ball to the right side.
2 balls, no strikes. The pitch on the way from Gress. And just past the first baseman, Ariana Rhodey, and back-to-back singles. And the Tigers keep
on enough to be on time for the changeup.
And gets her looking in the ball game. South Carolina with their first series win against the Tigers in Baton Rouge since 1997. They take the series against the 3rd-ranked team in the country, and a huge lift for this Gamecocks program.
What an incredible series win for South Carolina, and for a team that just seems to continue to get better and better as this season goes on. They battled throughout this weekend. You've seen so much fight from this South Carolina team, and they come out on top this weekend down in Baton Rouge.
South Carolina wins the day here. This huge strikeout to end the ball game from Sam Gress for Madison Shipman and the rest of our great crew.